favorites. How are you guys? Happy to be here. I'm waiting for everything to kick in so I can see if I have to move my camera around a little bit. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm very excited to have you here as always. I need to get my control panel up, so give me a second to do that. And then we'll get started and have some fun together. How is everybody tonight? Hey Lou, hey Mimi. All right, I think I have my control panel up. Don't forget to give me that thumbs up, guys, if you can, while you're in there thinking about it. We'll give a couple more people to pop in with us here. Hopefully they will show up. And if not, we'll get started without them and they'll catch up with us when they can. It's been one of those crazy days today. I've had a lot going on. Hey John, thanks for joining us. All right, I guess we're going to go ahead and get some of the work out of the way. In other words, talking about all the things we need to talk about. Now, we only have one more day, today and tomorrow, to sign up for this Exploring in Color kit, which is going to have all the new in colors. I'm kind of excited about it. And I would love to have you be part of my Paper Pumpkin subscriber group. Hey Joyce, hey Rita, hey Lee. I think I'm in camera pretty good. Let me make sure that my sign is gonna show and then we'll get going. But if you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, definitely check it out. There are some beautiful add-on cards that you can order while supplies last. They became available on the 2nd of May, and the item number is 163113. They are gorgeous, gorgeous scenic cards. And they are different than the cards that are on the actual Paper Pumpkin box that we'll be getting. So I just want to double check that I have a good placement for the live. I think I'm gonna pull you guys this way some because I want a little bit more room. Okay. I do want to let you know that the next Paper Pumpkin, which is I guess next month's is the May Paper Pumpkin. I always get them mixed up what month is which one, but I think this one's the April and the next one's the May. Is gonna have a die add-on. And I will let you guys know as soon as it's live with the add-on, because remember last time the dies sold out right away. So if you want the die add-on, you're going to want to get that right away. I bought them all last time we had a die because it was the first time we had ever done that for all of my subscribers, and I sent them in my thank you cards for the month to them. So don't miss out on the next set of dies for next month's kit that will be available. I think they're going to be available on the 11th. So make sure that you get your hands on them. I don't have any information on that kit until the actual first day of the kit on the 11th, but I will put it up on my website, inkyhandswarmhearts.com. All right, kits collection. Again, the new birthday kit was available on May 2nd. 9 cards, 3 each, of 3 designs, and they're all shaker cards. So this is going to be a really fun kit. It's $23, 9 cards. You get the matching envelopes. Super cute kit. I think it's going to be fun. And then if you missed the Forever Friends kit, this is a really fun kit. It has some foiling on the envelopes and on the actual cards themselves. So this will be a fun kit as well. That one's $21, 8 cards, 4 each, 2 designs. Oh, then this is a perfect kit for you if you have a lot of birthdays coming up. And then the March one was Kaleidoscope. This one's really beautiful. It has a lot of laser cut, die cut pieces in there. It's $23 for 9 cards, 3 each, 3 designs. That is all the announcements I have. I think we're still about 6 to 8 days for shipments on new orders. And that's just a heads up. We are going to be using, well, if you've been on my YouTube this week, I didn't mark it. I thought I did, but I didn't. So I guess I'm going to have to search for it. We're using the little monkeys. Let's see. 52. Sorry, guys. Okay. Here it is. The little monkey bundle. It's $38.50, so it's a really nice price point. And we've been using it all week. It's super cute. Here's some projects made with it in the catalog. And today we're going to do a double slider treat package. I love doing treats because, I don't know, I just love them. They challenge me, and I always have to think of something else that I can do using them. So this is what we are going to be doing today. It's a little treat package, and it holds some Laffy Taffy. And of course I had to get banana flavored Laffy Taffy. I got these at my local Dollar Tree, and all of them in here are banana flavored. So they work really good with this monkey set, and there's jokes on every package. So let's see what this one says. What did the plate say to the cup? Let's see where the answer is. Looks like dinner is on me. That's kind of cute. And then this one says, what am I? An emu. What am I? An emu and smiley face emoji. Oh, that wasn't really a joke, was it? Let's see if we have a better one. What type of check has no money? Spell check. So anyway, Laffy Taffy's in here. Let me show you how this actually works. So it's this fantastic little treat holder, and you see we have a tag here on this side. When you pull on this tag, out the other side comes your Laffy Taffy. So there it is in all its glory. And that's how it works. So you just pull on the tag and out comes your Laffy Taffy. I'm going to teach you how to make this. This is a really fun little project. And while it's a wow for the person who gets it, it's not very hard to make. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to grab my supplies that we are going to need and put them on my area. We're using the little monkey. We're using Best Borders. We're using Best Family Ever because I wanted to make this a little birthday treat. So I used the Happy Birthday, and I really felt that this font went really well with the script from this. They kind of matched pretty well, so that's why I used this. But you could use any Happy Birthday that you happen to have. And you guys know how much I love the Best Border dies, so we're going to be using those. And then the paper that I used here, the star paper, is from the Bright and Beautiful 6x6. And then I made our own pattern paper on the inside here where it says "On Bananas About You." Have you guys ever seen a double slider before? Lulu, that's so cute. It's actually not very hard to make. So let's get started and start making it. You're going to start with a piece of Parakeet Party cardstock. And I love this color. It's nice and bright. And it's a 4 by 10 1/8 inch piece of Parakeet Party. So 10 1/8 by 4 inches. So you can get 2 of these out of 1 sheet of Parakeet Party. And of course, any treat, what comes out? The Simply scoreboard. All right, so we're going to do a little scoring, guys, down the long side only. So we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay. At 7/8 inch, which is 1 tick below the 1 inch mark. So that's 7/8. 3 7/8. So that's 1 tick below the 4. 4 1/4. I think I just jumped a track there, but that's okay. And 7 1/4. All right, let's do this again. 1/2 inch, 7/8 inch, which is 1 tick below the 1 inch. 3 7/8, which is 1 tick below the 4 inch. 4 1/4 and 7 1/4. Okay, so we have this piece that's nice and scored. And like all my projects, we're gonna burnish, and where I jumped the track, I'm gonna try and fix that first and then burnish. And one more time. And then let's turn these pieces in. All right, so now we have a section that has 2 small lengths of score marks. Okay, we have 1 here, 1 here. So we're going to put this section with the 2 small thin pieces bottom, and this smooth piece with no score on this edge is going to be at the top. All right, I'm pulling out a retired punch just because I already had it measured on here, and I just really love this punch to make this project. So it is called Label Me Lovely. So if you guys have this punch at all, it's fabulous. And this is the one that I use because on the back, I have measured a 1/2 inch from the edge of this punch, and I've put a piece of tape and I have marked that right there. It says 1/2 inch. And I did the same thing on this side, 1/2 inch from this end to this end, and I put a little tick mark. So we're going to open this punch, and on the sides of this piece here, we are going to punch this little piece in, okay? So we're going to come here, and we want to make a divot in the side on both sides here. So there's going to be a little divot out on this side and a little divot out on this side, which is where our mechanism is going to lay so that we can do that in and out sliding piece. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to line that 1/2 inch up with the score mark right there. It's hard for me to see on the camera, but so I'm going to slide this up and just trust me, it's there. And I only need this little section, this first little curvy part. Let me point with something other than my finger. This little curvy part right here. Okay. And this piece. This is the size I need. It's a 1-inch little piece and this curve. So I'm not going to put the paper past that point. I only want to cut that much out. That's on this side of my bone folder. So let's go ahead and do one so that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm lining up the 1/2 inch mark on the side and I'm making sure that my curve, see how I only have that much in the punch? And then my 1/2 inch is aligned up with this score mark. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's straight. And then I'm going to give it a punch. So that takes a little divot out this side. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, which is why I have that 1/2 inch mark on both sides. Because I have to line that 1/2 inch mark up with that score line and make sure it's straight. And again, this side I only have to that first little curvy part right there. And we're going to go ahead and punch that. So now we have these two little divot marks out of this first piece. You can use any, if you have a square punch that's a 1-inch square punch. I don't have one of those, but if you had a 1-inch square punch, you could put it here and just punch in the middle of this little piece. You just need a 1-inch piece because we're going to take, this is a Target shopping bag that you get when you shop at Target. And I cut it on my guillotine cutter, 1-inch by 8-inch. Okay, or you can use a scissor. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't matter if it's perfectly straight. The most important part is that it wraps around this back section and this section here. Okay, that it wraps around and that it will meet at some point on this, around this little divoted section that we've made here. Okay. If you guys don't understand something as I'm going along, please stop me. I'm going to keep glancing up at the chat because I don't want to get too far ahead and you're not understanding, because I want you to understand how to make this. This is so much fun and it's super simple. You can do it with cards. It doesn't have to have candy. You could have a sentiment pop out both sides. Okay, so we're going to use our tear and tape. I just pulled it out of the bag. And I'm going to get this piece here and I'm just going to get my snips. I'm just going to cut off 2 pieces of tear and tape, approximately about the length of 1 inch, but it could be shorter. As long as it's not longer, that's okay. I'm going to put one on this end and one next to it. I want it to be nice and secure. Can you guys see okay, or do you want me to zoom down more? Because I'm happy to zoom down for you. So I'm going to use my bone folder and I'm going to press those down to make sure that they're really stuck to that plastic. And then I use my take your pick tool and I like to peel off this end like so. So we're going to pull these up and off. That pulls the backing off of this piece. And then you're going to take your plastic end and you're going to attach this onto that piece. Now it doesn't have to be super tight. You just want it to grab. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder and press this into place. I'm going to trim this excess off because I don't need it. Okay. So let's just trim that extra off. You guys following me so far? And I'm going to slide this over till it's not quite at the end, but almost at that end right there. That's the first part. All right, guys, so that's going to be this little section that's inside. I know you can't see it, but it's inside of our slider piece. So it's what's in here in the mechanism. So it's hard to show you on that. So let's go ahead and get rid of this part. All right. Now I have this piece, and this is 2 7/8 by 9 inches. And I wanted it to be super strong. So I made sure that it was long. It only needs to be 4.5 inches long, but I wanted to double it, which is why I made it 9 inches. And I'm gonna go ahead and fold it in half. So now I have double the thickness of cardstock, okay? And we are gonna take our basic border die. We're gonna take this one, and we are going to cut that angle piece out of there with our die cut machine. So let's pull this big guy out. Okay, and we're gonna put plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then we're gonna take our piece. Now the part that's open is the part that we are going to put our piece on, and we want it to be even as best we can, and we're just going to eyeball it. If it's not perfect, it's okay. Life goes on. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to go ahead and stick that on there, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my number 3 plate on top of that. And I'm going to crank it through, and then I'm going to crank it back. Okay. So when I remove that, I have a double thickness, okay, piece. So this can get discarded. And I'm going to put my die back before I lose it, because I have to always put things away, because let me tell you, I will lose stuff. See, look at this one trying to escape. They know they never get any freedom. They never get any freedom, so they're always trying to leave. Okay. So let's move the machine out of the way. I could have done that before, but I haven't in a while, so I decided to pull the die cut machine out. Okay, so now we're going to add adhesive inside, and we want to glue these 2 pieces together. I want this to be super strong, because remember, this is the part that people are going to pull on, and you don't want it to be flimsy. How you guys doing so far? You got me? You're with me? And this piece that I used is Granny Apple Green, and this one is Parakeet Party. I don't know if you can see the difference on camera, but this one's a little darker, and this is a little brighter. Okay. So this piece here is going to be my pull-out section. So let's go ahead and prepare it. So we are going to add this little basic white piece with our monkey. That's going to go right there. I've already fussy cut out and colored in my monkey. I used crumb cake to do my monkey. And I already did my little I'm Bananas About You, because I figured this was going to take a little bit, and I didn't want us to, you know, have to be around all night, all day. So let's go ahead and do some stamping. So we're going to stamp the heart. We are also going to stamp the banana. So let's start with the heart first, because it's bigger, and then we'll fill in with the banana. I'm using Melon Mambo, and I'm using the heart. And you want to stamp it off and in different directions onto your piece. I'll give you the dimensions of this in a second. I forgot to look before I started stamping, and I just want to go ahead and finish doing my stamping first. All right, that's probably good for right now. We're going to fill in the rest with bananas, and I'm going to use Daffodil Delight. I'll clean that in a minute. And I have my little banana stamp. So we're gonna put the little bananas everywhere. And remember to turn your little banana stamp around so it's not always in the same direction either. And it looks a little bit more random. All right, I'm gonna put another one in this corner, and I think one right here, and then maybe one right there. All right, I'm happy with the coverage, so I don't need any more hearts or bananas, but I do need to clean my stamps before I get the ink on myself, and then that would be a disaster. All right. So this is our little piece. We're going to go ahead and attach our monkey coming out from the side with his little sign. I wanted to make him look like he was holding this little bananas about you sign. So the first thing I'm going to do is attach his little hands. Well, whoops. If I can get my glue going. I guess I got it going right on my mat. Put it on here. So I'm going to attach that first. I'm going to put this one down here like this, and then that one there. And make sure you can still read the words. Now I'm going to flip him over completely. And we're going to add our wet adhesive to the whole little guy. Isn't he so cute? This monkey set is precious. I think this is my favorite monkey from the whole grouping. So I'm going to go ahead and put him like this, and it's okay if this point hangs off because there's going to be some Granny Apple Green on there. I'm going to bring it forward though. I want this point to be right about there and him to be a little higher. So there, that's good for right now. Now we can attach this onto our banner piece. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and punch a circle here. I'm using my 3/8 of an inch circle punch. It is a Stampin' Up punch. It's retired, but I never get rid of my punches. I love them. And so I hope that if you don't have it, I will link an Amazon punch that's 3/8 of an inch circle in case you need one. So I want to punch that hole first so that I know where to attach my little piece. So let's go ahead and put adhesive on the back. I'm glancing up at comments, so please let me know if you're not with me, because I definitely want to make sure that you understand what we're doing. All right, so now that we have this piece done, you could use a piece of DSP. You don't have to make your own like I did. And we're going to attach this like so on our little piece, okay? Let's move our mat out of the way. And I'm going to close our little mechanism. Okay. So this piece is going to get attached onto, I'm flipping it upside down because this mechanism is going to come, I'm not right. I'm going this way, sorry. I want to put this piece, here's our piece with that. Here's our middle section. I want to put this direction. And I want to make sure that it's sticking out where I want it to, as much as I want of the tag to stick out is sticking out first. And I'm just placing it there. I'm going to put more tear and tape on that same seam where I closed that plastic Target bag. Okay, I'm going to put more tear and tape right there. This one's a little long. Oh no, I think it made it. So we're going to go ahead and press that down and pull that up and make sure. This is the worst part about tear and tape, I think, is that you have to lift this part off. And that's why I use my Take Your Pick tool, because I can never get it off without a little help. All right, so there's that one. All right, so whatever you're gonna put for your pullout, you decorate it, get it all ready, you set it here, you make sure that it's sticking out the right amount of space, and you make sure that you have a gap so that these sides can come up and there's movement. It's not tight in there, okay? When these sides come up, you can move that. So I'm gonna lay it right where I want, the amount that I want sticking out. I'm gonna place it exactly where I want it. And then I peeled the backs off, and I'm gonna bring this down right there, okay? Here is our other side of our little plastic bag. Now on this one, I'm going to add some tear and tape, and I'm gonna place this piece of Granny Apple Green, which is 2 3/4 by 3 7/8 of an inch, and we are going to attach it onto our mechanism so that when we pull, it moves with it. So we're gonna put the tape on this side this time. So let's get 2 pieces. And hopefully at some point I'll make a mistake so that you guys know that I'm not perfect. I don't mind making mistakes if I can help you guys figure out how to fix them, because I make mistakes all the time when I craft, and I have to redo things, and when I'm designing I mess up, and so I like making mistakes when I'm live, because to me, like, it helps you guys learn what not to do, or if you do something I do, then you know how to fix it. Okay, so now we're going to attach this little piece right on top, and I'm going to center it onto that parakeet party, like so. Okay, now I'm going to use my seal, and I'm going to attach seal. I'm going to use my mat just in case onto the backs of our candy. I have this little piece that's 2.5 inches by 3 inches of daffodil, and I'm going to attach it right there on top of this piece of Granny Apple Green. Oh, look, something stamped on it. But you can see that you can use 2 sides to every piece. I didn't even know that that was on there. That's an old stamp set. When I grabbed this scrap out of my scrap bin, I didn't even know that it had that on there. All right, so I want to glue this on this side, and then I'm going to attach my candies to that piece. Side by side. All right, guys, you with me so far? All right, tear and tape comes next. On this piece right here, at the bottom, we have these pieces. We're gonna flip this part up. And when we flip this part up, we're making kind of like a U, okay? And on this top part here of the U, we're gonna put more tear and tape. So I'm just gonna run a length of tear and tape, and I like to cut mine because I can never tear it properly, across here, and of course, I don't know why I'm even trying to get it off. I never can do it. So there is that. So now that tear and tape, I don't know if you can see it, but it's right here on this part. And there is my other part. You see that? This is going to be the edge, and this is the part that gets the tear and tape. All right, here's the tricky part. You want to make sure that when you put this together, that you put it behind this piece that you've attached onto that mechanism here. So you want to stick that tear and tape to this side of the parakeet party, not to this piece of granny apple green. This is the hardest part for me to show you. So I'm going to do my very best. I've pulled this down. You can kind of see the mechanism in there. And we're going to push this part down, and I'm going to try not to stick it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this, and I want to align this corner here with the corner of the folded piece. So I'm going to stick my fingers in there and get that part on there first. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, that's that one. I'm going to stick my fingers in there and hold that. And then make sure that you're behind that piece. And then we're going to stick this side in place right there and right there. Once you have that, you're going to slide your fingers in that corner and you're going to push both of those corners together. And then you're going to take your bone folder and you're going to slip it in. I'm going to slip it from this side because I have the candies on that side. And you are going to press that part down, or you can kind of smush it like this and press it down, okay? So now when we pull, our candies come out one direction, okay? So far, so good, guys. Yay, I'm so happy. It's very nerve-wracking. Very nerve-wracking to do something like this that has mechanisms, because you don't want, you know, you want to make sure you do it right. And in my head, I know what to do, but sometimes you get nervous, right? And then you mess up. So, okay. So I have a piece of the Bright and Beautiful DSP, and I'm using this Lemon Lolly Stars. I thought that would be really cute to put right here onto the front of our little box. So I'm just going to use wet adhesive. And this piece of DSP is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. At the very end, I'm going to go through all of the measurements for you guys. So there is the Bright and Beautiful DSP. Okay, we're going to stamp a monkey. And this is the one that punches out with the punch. So we're going to ink him up. And the reason, the way that you know which monkey it is there's two of them. One's hanging and then there's two. The one with the tail to the right, that's the monkey that punches. So we're going to go ahead and add him onto this piece of crumb cake. So cute! And then we're going to grab the Naturals Stampin' Blends. This is the SU900. It's out of the light pack. And that's what I chose to use to color on crumb cake. I didn't know what color would look the best, so I just kind of practiced on scraps and decided what color I wanted his little face to be. And then that's the color that I went with. And we're going to do his little body. And the bullet tip of these markers work really good with this monkey. It like fits perfectly in the tail and the legs and the arms. So we're just going to color him in. All right. Now, where is my punch? So you're going to turn your punch this way. And you're going to put your little monkey in from the top, which is why I stamped him in the direction that I stamped him. And once I have him in place, I'll show you guys up to the camera. There we go. So there he is, looking cute. There's our little monkey. All right. Now, we're also going to stamp a banana. And you want to look at the direction that your banana is. So I got to find my banana punch. Here it is. So I want my banana to be sideways. I'm going to grab my Memento Tuxedo Black ink pad again. And I need it to be down here, like that. And this is Daffodil, it's just a scrap piece. And let me clean before I make a mess, because I can see myself making a mess so easy. All right. So let's punch our banana. I probably could have stamped it on the other side right and not used this much paper, but it's okay. So there's his banana. I have plenty of cardstock, trust me. Ask John how much cardstock I have. I don't think I'm going to run out in my lifetime. All right. So now we're going to stamp our sentiment here. Happy birthday, little monkey. And so we're going to go ahead and grab the same scrap. And we're going to use the happy birthday from the best family ever right here. And the little monkey is from the Little Monkey stamp set. So we're going to grab our... So much stuff everywhere on my desk. It feels like my desk gets smaller and smaller and smaller as I create. And it's like, gets a little bit crazy, really, that I run out of so much space. All right, so let's get our happy birthday. All right, let me make sure I'm in camera here. I am. So I'm just gonna make sure my H is nice and dark. I'm just gonna go ahead and stamp that right there. Happy birthday. Little monkey. Just like that. Oh, we also need a heart in I thought I had one cut out, but maybe I don't. Oh, yes, I do, actually. Yay, I already cut it out. I didn't realize. Here it is. I wasn't sure how long it was going to take to demonstrate this. And so I had to try and figure out what I should do ahead of time so that we weren't here for 2 hours, but I didn't need that heart, so that's okay. We are going to trim this on my little guillotine cutter. I love this mini cutter, and I will link to it in the description of the video in a little bit. Whoops. Didn't mean to slide that around. I really like to use it when I do things like this, so that I can get a nice, maybe a little more, maybe there. Just make sure that I'm straight. Okay. All right, so let's go here. That should be enough. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. And let's trim that. So we'll put it on this side. Let's glue it together and then I'll trim it, make it easy. Let's glue it on the side with the heart on it so it can have some extra love. All right. Bring it back in. Whenever I do sentiments, I love using this little cutter. All right, so there is that. That way we can use scraps, right? Because we always have scraps everywhere. All right. You won't have your hair pulled out because you're going to have this video and you can pause it Like, you can do that step and pause the video, make sure you have everything ready for the next step, and then pause the video. So you don't have to do it as fast as I did it. You can take your time and just get it done. No worries, guys. You guys got this. If I didn't think you could do this, I would not have made this the live video today. I know you got this. All right, I'm using these little scraps up, or trying to, because I end up with so many scraps of dimensionals, because you guys know how obsessed I am with dimensionals, and so I use so many dimensionals that I have all of these scraps, so I have to use them up. So let's put one on his foot, one on his arm, you know, because if I don't have enough dimensionals, this poor monkey. I know, I'm crazy with the dimensionals. I can't help it. I have a problem. I know. He doesn't need that many. I know, that's the truth. I'm just gonna put a regular one on this one and behave myself. Let me put the banana in his hand, and then we'll pull off and decide if he needs maybe another dimensional on that banana. I make myself laugh because I think about it and I'm like, I am so ridiculous with these dimensionals. I don't know why. I just can't help it. I just want to make sure everything's really glued. At least I can laugh at myself. Oh my gosh, look at this monkey. So cute. Okay, I'm looking for my glossy accents. Okay, here, we're going to use these because these are super fun, right? Okay, I won't put a dimensional on that banana. I'm going to behave myself. Hey, at least if I use a lot of dimensionals, at least I use the bits and pieces of the ends. I don't waste them. All right, let's get that. So those are ready to go. Let's glue our happy birthday little monkey with that extra love on the back. Onto our mechanism. So we're gonna put that first, give that a little hold just so that it'll grab. Then we'll put our monkey next. Oh my gosh, he's so cute! I love him. All right, did I get that one off? Yes, I did. Have to add some love right there. And then, how cool are these glossy dots? So I used these dots on Monday's card, or Sunday's card, and I colored the pool party ones with shaded spruce. I'll show you the card if you didn't see the video. So here they are, and I colored them. They were this color. And you can see you can use your Stampin' Blends, the blend markers, the thicker ones, to color your embellishments any color that you want. But the cool thing is that these are already hot pink, so I don't have to worry. So I'm just going to grab one at a time. Actually, I'm going to use this end. So we're going to put one maybe right here, and a medium one there, and a little one down here. All right, so that's that. So now we have to do our bow. So I'm using the Real Red and Burlap ribbon that was in the, I guess it was in the winter. No, I guess it was in the January to April. It was the one that had, let me show it to you. It's this one. It has that color and the red. It's called Real Red and Burlap Ribbon Combo Pack. I love this ribbon. I think it's so beautiful. Look at that stitching. So pretty. So I definitely had to use that. And so this piece, I cut it a little long, but I think you can get away with 6 inches. I cut mine 7, but I don't think I needed 7 inches. So do as I say, not as I do. See how long that is? It's too long. So don't waste your ribbon like I did. Do 6 inches. I think 6 will be more than enough. That'll shorten it by 1 inch, and then when you make it even, it'll be perfect. So I'm going to show you a tip when you're tying a bow like this and you want it to look pretty. You make it listen. So we're going to make it listen with the seal. So I'm going to dial this up a little, and I'm actually going to put the seal onto the ribbon. No one will know it's there because obviously it's see-through. And I am going to stick this together like that. You see how pretty I made them separate and everything? No one will know that it didn't just naturally happen, but I'm telling you my secret. So then I'm going to come around this way, and first I'm going to tie a knot because it'll just make it way simpler. So see, I'm going to cinch this, and when I cinch it, I can make it listen and then cinch again, just like that. But see how now they're separated and they look so pretty, and someone's like, oh, I can never get my bow to do that because you don't know my trick. I have a trick. Okay, so there's my knot, and now I'm going to tie a bow, or I'm going to try to, and this might be way too short, but I cut this 5 inches, but maybe you guys need like 6 inches of this. I think I went too big on the, or maybe you can swap it and do 7 inches for the Parakeet Party metallic ribbon and 5 or 6 inches for the crumb cake, because I did 7 and 5 and I think I needed to do it the other way around. But that's okay. My fingers work now, so I can tie a bow pretty good. I'm very proud of myself, actually. All right, so there's my bow. Bring this little leg down this way and make it listen. There we go. All right, we're going to trim these ends with my ribbon scissors. So now that they're separated, they're going to lay just perfect. Yeah, see, I cut like 1 inch off of each of those. So I think you could go 5 inches with the crumb cake or the burlap colored, and 7 inches with the metallic. So that's what that looks like. And so now when you pull, I actually need to hold it here, but when you pull, there comes our Laffy Taffies, and when you push, back in they go. So that piece of the Target bag that wraps around, where you put that adhesive and stick the 2 layers inside is what causes it. So when you pull this in one direction, that plastic slides around that those 2 divots that we made. It slips around there, and that's what makes it pop out of both sides. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate the help with the thumbs up. And I'm going to discard this, and then I'm going to give you guys the dimensions again, because I just want to make sure that I didn't miss any, and then when you go to make your video, you are not very happy with me. So we're going to start. I'm going to open this one and we'll start with this. So the piece that makes this main section is 4 by 10 and 1/8 inch, and it's Parakeet Party, and we scored it at 1/2 inch, 7/8 of an inch, 3 7/8 of an inch, 4 1/4 inches, and 7 1/4 inches. So 4 by 10 and 1/8, score at 1/2, 7/8, 3 7/8, 4 1/4, and 7 1/4. So that one was Parakeet Party. Okay, so that's this main section. Okay, your plastic bag is a 1 by 8 inch for that plastic bag strip. Okay, now the piece that you folded in half that we cut this best borders out of is 2 7/8 of an inch by 9. And you're gonna fold in half and die cut with a decorative die, okay? And that one was Granny Apple. The other piece of Granny Apple that came out of the other side is 2 3/4 by 3 7/8. And that was the Granny Apple that gets the Laffy Taffy. Okay. And we put a piece of Daffodil Delight on top of that. That's 2.5 by 3 inches of Daffodil Delight on top of Granny Apple Green right there. Okay. Now, this white piece or a piece of designer series paper that you want to use on this section of the pull-out Granny Apple, the piece that we folded in half, is 2.5 by 3.5, and that's the basic white that we stamped with hearts and bananas. Okay. Look at me, the artist. No, Mimi, I never put the directions. Well, I talk about the project, but I just put the video there. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to have you take a screenshot so you have all the dimensions on this paper that I'm writing for you. Okay. Then the DSP that's on the outside, okay, that one is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and this is the DSP for the outside. And then I'm going to tell you 5 inches of burlap ribbon and 7 inches of parakeet ribbon, because I think that that will work a lot better for you guys. Now, I use scraps to do of Melon Mambo, of Daffodil Delight, of Crumb Cake. Those are for the words and for the monkeys, okay? And that's everything, all the dimensions. Let me smooth this out. You guys, you know I write on all my scraps. There we go. All right. So let me put this here, and then you guys can take a screenshot. Let me bring it down actually for you to make it easier. There you go. Take a screenshot. The 4 inches is not showing. There we go. Now you have the dimensions. It is not hard. When you make your first one, you're going to be so impressed with yourself, and you're going to be like, I can do anything. And you can. Let me show you on this side real quick. I'm gonna draw the actually, let me get another piece because the back is written on. I'm gonna do a little something for you guys. Let's do this. Let's draw the piece, that long piece. Okay, on this end was the side that had the 2 pieces. Then we had this section here, and then we had another thin piece there, and then this section was just like this. So this is the section that we cut the divots out of, okay? This is where we put our strip of plastic, and you're gonna put the monkey piece here, right side up. I'm going to put hanging monkey because that will help you guys. Hanging monkey piece. And then you're going to bring this piece down to meet it. So you're going to have adhesive right there, remember? And you're going to bend this over this piece. The little monkey's right here. You're going to bring that piece down. So this piece comes down. So you're going to bring down to glue it together. So I'm going to say bring top down to glue. All right, I'm going to bring it down again for you guys to get another screenshot. Let me put these side by side. All right. Oops, I'm a little bit sorry if you tried to grab one. It's a little curvy. All right. Now, if you guys are not members of my VIP group on Facebook and you do have a Facebook, please join, ask to join and participate. And if you make this slider with any stamp set, it doesn't have to be this one, please tell me and let me know, because I will be so happy that you made this cute little slider, this double slider treat. Don't forget about the Best Family Ever. This is a fantastic set, by the way. It has basically every family member you could think of. And then you have all these great little sentiments. Don't forget, also we used the border dies, which I love. This is called Best Family. And, oh, there we go. And we used the little monkey punch, which we used the Label Be Lovely, but you could use any square punch. And then we used the monkey. Let me close the monkey. Put him with, whoops, there we go. I think that's good. And if you missed the video, I had a video on Sunday and Monday, and there'll be a video on Thursday as well. So if you missed that, check those out. This is Sunday's project, and this is Monday's project. You guys are gonna love Thursday's project, and I may do a bonus Saturday project, so stay tuned. If I have enough time, I'll do it. And I will remember to link for you guys from Amazon the mini cutter. And was there something else that I said I got from Amazon? Oh, the 3/8 punch. Actually, I'm going to see if I have it already linked, because I may. Let me see. I do not. So I will add the 3/8 circle punch and the mini paper trimmer. All right, guys, thanks for being here. I love having you, and I'm always so grateful for those of you who choose to watch live. Tell your friends, share my video. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, and I will see you here next Tuesday night. Thanks again. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!